Wong Iba was spotted skiing in Xinjiang, moving with such breathtaking elegance that even Xiao Zhan, who quietly watched from the sidelines, couldn't hide his reaction. What really happened on that snowy mountain, and why did that moment feel so intimate? The cold wind of Xinjiang carried a soft whisper across the mountains, snowflakes falling gently, the slopes glowing under the pale afternoon sun. And then a familiar silhouette emerged. Clad in winter gear, focused, composed, and effortlessly dazzling. It was Wang Yibo. Witnesses said he wasn't just skiing. He was gliding, carving the snow with a level of control and grace that looked almost unreal. Parallel skis, perfect posture, smooth speed. Every movement was so precise that people around him stopped mid-conversation just to stare. To them, Yibo looked like he belonged there, as if winter itself had shaped the scenery just for him. Standing not far away was another figure, hood up, face half covered, blending into the crowd. But fans know that presence anywhere. Xiao Zhan, quietly watching. He didn't call out. He didn't wave. He simply watched, eyes softening as Yibo descended the slope, confident and free. There was something almost cinematic about it. The athlete-like movements, the swirl of snow trailing behind, and Xiao Zhan unable to look away. And then came the detail that shocked fans online. Yibo wasn't skiing alone. He was accompanied by his climbing coach, Zhou Peng, someone known for pushing athletes to their physical limits. According to Opie, who witnessed the moment, Zhou Peng looked genuinely impressed, even praising Yibo's technique right on the spot. But the part that made fans gasp wasn't the coach. It was the way Xiao Zhan reacted, silent but deeply moved. Let's dive into what really made this encounter unforgettable. As Yibo reached the base of the slope, he slowed down with a flawless stop, snow scattering around his boots in a perfect arc. OP described him as shockingly handsome, even behind goggles and layers of winter clothing. His energy was bright, confident, and full of life. But when he turned, something shifted. His eyes landed on that familiar silhouette, that small figure trying so hard to blend in. Xiao Zhan stood still, hands tucked into his pockets, shoulders rising slightly, as if bracing for the moment Yibo recognized him. Their eyes met, and the world seemed to pause. Yibo's expression softened instantly. No dramatic gestures, no exaggerated reactions. Just a quiet warmth that subtly curved his lips, creating a smile only someone close would understand. Xiao Zhan's breath visibly caught in the cold air, a soft cloud forming in front of him as if revealing his emotions. He took a step forward, then another. Yibo lifted his goggles, resting them on his forehead. His eyes were bright, almost sparkling. "Did you see that?" he asked, slightly breathless from the run. Xiao Zhan nodded, his voice low yet filled with something others might call fondness. "It was too good," he whispered. "So good it melted me." It was a line that sent fans spiraling, beautiful, simple, and strikingly sincere. Behind them, Zhou Peng observed the exchange with a knowing smile, as if he was witnessing something far more meaningful than a ski performance. The mountain air was cold, but the atmosphere between the two stars was undeniably warm. But the magic didn't end there. The slopes of Xinjiang are known for their peaceful, secluded atmosphere. No crowds, no chaos, just open snow, rolling hills, and quiet serenity. For two global stars who rarely get a moment away from the spotlight, this place became their temporary haven. And in that silence, something unfolded. As Yibo prepared for another run, Xiao Zhan moved closer, close enough for their voices to merge with the wind. Opie couldn't hear their words, but the body language said everything. Xiao Zhan watching with gentle attentiveness, Yibo explaining something with animated gestures, their laughter mixing with the snow-filled air. It was natural, effortless, deeply familiar. Some moments were almost too perfect. Yibo tightening his gloves while Xiao Zhan held onto his ski poles. Xiao Zhan brushing snow off Yibo's shoulder without thinking. Yibo giving a small nod before pushing off, glancing back just once as if wanting assurance. When Yibo took off again, slicing through the slope with even better precision, Xiao Zhan watched with overwhelming pride. Not the pride of a fan, not the pride of a colleague. Something softer, Something personal. Yibo finished with another impeccable landing. Zhou Peng clapping, a few onlookers cheering. But the only reaction Yibo seemed to look for came from Xiao Zhan. And when he saw that smile, that quiet glow of admiration, he laughed softly and lowered his head, cheeks turning a faint pink from more than just the cold. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't exaggerated. It was real, raw, and incredibly intimate. As the day slowly dimmed into evening, the temperature dropped. The mountain turned a deeper shade of blue as shadows stretched across the snow. Yibo removed his skis, stretching his legs while exhaling deeply. Xiao Zhan approached, offering a warm pouch to keep his hands from freezing. Yibo accepted it instantly, fingers brushing Xiao Zhan's in a fleeting moment that made both of them go still. Just for a second, they stood there, side by side, close enough for their shoulders to touch. Snow fell around them in slow motion, each flake glimmering as though capturing the unspoken emotions between them. What truly captivated the witnesses wasn't just the physical proximity, but the emotional clarity. That quiet understanding. That comfortable silence only shared by people who don't need words to communicate. When they finally walked back toward the lodge with Zhou Peng trailing a few steps behind, Xiao Zhan stayed close, occasionally glancing at Yibo with the softest smile. And Yibo, despite trying to hide it, kept tugging his mask up to cover the small grin that kept forming. Fans often say, there are moments you can fake, and moments you simply cannot. This felt like the latter. So what does this snowy encounter mean for fans? Not rumors, not speculation, just a moment, beautiful, rare, and sincere, between two individuals who clearly hold a deep emotional connection, whatever form it may be. It was a glimpse into their authenticity, a reminder that even at the peak of fame, they still find warmth in simple, quiet moments together. And maybe that's why this story touched so many hearts across the fandom. If this moment made your heart flutter too, hold on to that feeling. Because sometimes the most unforgettable stories aren't born from headlines, but for the quiet places where two lives meet. Stay close, because this winter tale might not be over yet.